All right. I think we're live. Can everybody hear me? I want to make sure everything is working properly. If you just pop into the chat, let me know that you are here. I see that there's I think 5 people here. So yeah, just pop in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. I have a little bit of a different setup today. So I have a camera right in front of me, but my computer is off to the side. So um, it looks really good for me, but it's gonna look a little weird because I'm looking off to the side to read chats and everything. So, um, just putting that out there right now. So, oh, good. The video quality is good for you too. I'm so glad. Yeah, this camera is much better than my computer's webcam. So, and I wanted to make sure that we were nice and crisp for showing all of our beautiful hats today. Um, so, hello everyone who is joining us. Hopefully, there will be a few more people hopping on. So, basically, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite hats, but feel free to jump into the chat and ask any questions you have about, I don't know, how to find hats, how to work. I'm going to go over like how to secure the hat on your head, how to make sure that it stays on your head. We'll talk a little bit about different hairstyles that you can do for different hats, and yeah, I'll just kind of go along what I look for in when I'm looking for hats, and um, yeah, so fantastic. So, oh, fantastic! You are from all the way from Liverpool. That's well, all the way. I'm in Austria, so it's not that far from me. But thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, Upper Austria. That's amazing. Kind of a local. We've got a local Austrian here. That's amazing. That fantastic. Um, okay, so for before we get started, does anybody have any questions right away that we can kind of start off with? Because otherwise I'll just jump into trying on some of my hats. And I will say, you are going to see my hair start to grow exponentially. It's going to get frizzier and frizzier with taking on and off hats. So I do have my handy dandy brush here just in case. But yeah, it's going to be kind of funny to see my hair grow. Uh, oh, we've got somebody from Texas. Oh, unfortunately, yeah, I hear you, but I'm glad that you're here with us today. Um, okay, so I've got a bunch of hats surrounding me, and I guess I'm just going to dive in to some of these. Are obviously some of my favorite ones because I have them and I wear them. But let's see, this is probably one of my most worn hats. I love a good kind of fedora-y type of hat. I think these are incredibly versatile. You can wear them as, I don't know, like an everyday hat, or you can dress them up a little bit. This one, and I cannot remember the name of the company. I will find out and I will put it in the chat or the comments. But what she does is she takes existing hats. Sometimes they're from, I don't know, like the 80s, 90s, 70s even. And then she repurposes them. And you can kind of see like she's flattened down the brim a little bit, and then sewed it up inside to make it look a little bit more of the 30s and 40s. Um, and it's really bothering me that I cannot remember the name of the company, but I will figure it out and I will let you guys know. But I love this because it has this darling little bow here. And so yeah, I basically just wear this as, a little bit of a tilt hat. I love that the brim kind of comes down, across my head. Um, and yeah, I like wearing it a little bit tilted, especially if I've done, something with my hair, if I've got maybe some curls or some waves. It really just showcases, that hairstyle a little bit. So I love this hat. It's a perfect everyday hat, something that, You can just wear with a shirt dress, or you can dress it up a little bit too. You can put maybe a flower or a brooch here if you want. Give it a little bit more of a zhuzhed up look. Um, so yeah, I love this hat, and we'll talk a little bit more about this in a little bit. But this is one of the ways that I help secure my hats. I sew in hair clips or hair combs. These are the grip tooth hair combs, which I swear by. I adore them. They're the only hair combs that I use. But I sew them into the brim. That way, when I'm putting it on, I can kind of take this little section and then I just slip it right into my hair and then press it down. And it's got a pretty good, snug base there. I could put another one over here and really, secure it on both sides. But that is a super, super, super simple way to secure your hats without using a hat pin or anything like that. Um, I have a pretty big head, so most of my hats I do tend to have to wear on the tilt because they don't always fit the whole circumference of my head. But that's fine because I actually prefer to wear hats tilted anyway. But this is great. It helps to secure that in so it's not, if you're not able to pull it all the way down over your head, you can do that. Okay, so let's get a couple of questions. So I'm going to a 1930s jazz evening in London. I have a long black vintage dress and I have long straight hair. Do I curl my hair and should I wear a hat or clip in my hair? I would always say wear a hat. Absolutely. As far as curling your hair is concerned, I wouldn't wear it long. I wouldn't wear it all the way down. That's generally, it depends on how authentic, I guess you want to be. You could kind of braid it and put it up if you didn't want to curl it, but definitely wear your hair up in some way. If you don't have a hat to wear, then you can do a nice little wave and yes, put in like a clip or even a flower or something like that you could put into your hair. I do have a couple of 30s style. Trying to think of something like for a long black dress. Hold on, I'm looking around. I will have to say that most of my hats now are much more like day wear. I don't have a lot of fancy hats anymore. Although this one is pretty fancy. it's insane. It's absolutely insane, but I love, love, love this hat. So it has this kind of basket at the back, and it has an elastic. So the way that you wear this is you put that basket right at the back of your head, and then you have this spectacular feather hat up on top. I move it around here so this little pink bit can show here. Now, because it has this elastic, I would actually put this under my hair. And if I was going to wear my hair down, but of course my hair is longer than yours is. Um, but you could also put it in if you're putting your hair in like a chignon or like a low bun. You want to put that elastic under the hair so you can secure it properly. But yeah, you could wear something, like this kind of is a tilt hat of sorts. But this is just one of those incredibly fantastic hats. I saw the colors of the feathers and I just fell in love with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, so I hope that helps. So let's see. All right. Hey, Marilyn. Good to see you. Where do you buy the combs? So I buy them on Amazon in the US. If you are in Europe, they are harder to find. Occasionally, you can find them on Amazon. And I do think so they're called Grip Tooth, and it's spelled Tuth. If you go to their website, you can there's a stockist list. It does change kind of regularly, so, keep an eye on it, but, um, yeah, if you have a friend in the States that can that can send you some, highly recommend them. But yeah, I find them on Amazon. In the US, you can also find them on the Vermont Country Store, and there's a couple of other stockists, but you can find them on their website. So, highly recommend them. They're amazing. Okay, when wearing a hat, is there a way to ensure hairspray doesn't leave residue on it? Or if it does and it's unavoidable, is there a way to clean it without damaging it? Yeah, there is not. I mean, I have makeup on all of my rims, and probably hairspray and all of the other, hair pomade and everything. What I do is I will take a little bit of Castile soap on just a rag, with a little bit of water and just kind of dab it on the front. To be fair, to be honest, I mean, if it's on the rim, it doesn't matter. You're not going to see it, but yes, you don't want it to like build up to the point where, it's getting crusty. But I love Castile soap for this. Tide pens also work really well. But yeah, just a little bit of damp water with some Castile soap. You don't want to soak it or anything like that, but you can clean it off that way. But yeah, it's unavoidable. You're going to get sweat, makeup, hairspray, all of that stuff on there. So, and a lot of times when you get your vintage hats, they are also going to have decades of sweat and makeup and all of that. So you definitely want to give it a little bit of a clean before you start wearing them right away. So very good question. um, okay, so how do you wear a half hat? I'm always unsure with updos. I don't know what you mean by half hat. Do you mean like a Juliet cap? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what you mean by half hat. Um, if you can give me a little bit more of a description, I don't really know what that is, to be honest. Um, okay, so okay, good. Yeah. So don't worry about you're not going to avoid it, but just spot cleaning is fine. So, okay, well, that was my crazy, crazy hat. And then this is from, the thumbnail. I have this crazy hat as well. This one's really interesting because it has this kind of circular band. And similar to that other one, you just kind of lay this on the back of your head. And then this sits right here. These are actually quite easy. You can put hairpins or bobby pins through these to make sure that they are secure. You can also, because it has this flat top here, you can also sew in a small hair comb in here. Wig clips are also an option. If you can't get hair combs, you should be able to get wig clips. And you can sew those in as well. They're a little bit harder because you have to bend them to open them and then kind of bend them back to clip them shut. But if you can't get a hold of any hair combs, wig clips could work for that. So basically you would just attach it right there and then you would clip that in, and with this you would be able to get underneath it and kind of clip it shut. So this one is also really, really fun. And you can wear this with your hair down or with your hair up. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, this one's crazy and I love it. Okay, what else let's see, what other questions do we have? Sorry, cocktail hat. Okay. Um, I'm at a loss to what a cocktail hat is. Do you mean fascinator? Is that what you're meaning? I don't really know what a cocktail hat is. Um, yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, is that considered a fascinator? Um, I don't know. It's a style of one that Lucy would wear on I Love Lucy. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna just look it up real quick. I'm gonna see what a cocktail hat is because I'm thinking maybe I don't have one. Cocktail hat. Let's see. And a half hat. I don't think I've ever heard one. Oh, okay. So I think maybe it is a fascinator. There's a bunch of different styles on here. Okay, I'm gonna see if I have anything. Now, let me ask you this. Would you consider this to be a half hat? Because it doesn't have, like, this is the back part of it. Um, it's not like a full brim. Would you consider that to be a half hat? Um, this is not, this is definitely like a 30s hat though. So I'm not sure if this is, okay, so it's typically a 50s hat. Um, oh, how about this one? Is this a half hat? Is this what you're talking about? Something like this? Um, I don't know. But this one I have also, I've also put in my, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of dark, my hair combs in these as well, especially on this back end, because that's a pretty small section that lays on the back of the head. So I just slide that in, and then I'll take this front one and slide it down. And again, wearing it off to the side. I really like to wear my hair or my hats tilted off to the side like that. Um, so there's something like that. And then you can see the back just kind of sets on the back of the hat. I hope you can see that. So there's this one. Oh, yep, there's my hair. Oh, and then, yeah, I don't know if this is considered a half hat or not, but these I love because it has these tension little bits here that hold onto your head. So you can wear it farther back and it just kind of like sets right into your hair and creates that tension. I will say it's not super, super secure this way, but it's pretty good. I mean, a gust of wind would absolutely pop this off of my head. But you could also wear this side here. A really cool story about this hat in particular is even though it doesn't have a label in here at all, this hat is in one of my Lane Bryant catalogs from, I think, 1954. It's exactly the same hat. They sold hats, they sold different kinds of accessories. I'm bummed. I mean, I don't know if it's the exact same one because, again, it doesn't have a label and it doesn't look like there really ever was a label in here. But it is the exact same hat in the catalog. So it's just so cool to be able to have a hat and then have a catalog. And other interesting thing, I do have a Lane Bryant dress and I have the catalog that it came from as well from the 1950s. So that's kind of cool about that hat. So, okay. A headpiece. Oh my gosh. I think you might be considered, I think what you're talking about is maybe a fascinator. And I don't have any fascinators. I don't wear them. They're not my style, to be honest. Um, so I don't know if I can help you with that. But I promise you that I will look into it. I will figure it out. Or if you have some specific photos that you can send me, I am more than happy to help you figure out how to style your hair with that and, how to wear it best. I'm so sorry. I wish I could be more helpful for you right now. So, okay, I do have some like Juliet caps that maybe these are considered half hats. Um, so I've got a couple of them here. So I have this one here that's this, I don't know, it's kind of this like muted mauve color. It's really beautiful. And it's satin and velvet. And it does have a little bit of tension. And so that you just set right on the top of your head. It's not a pillbox hat. It's not, this is definitely from the 50s, but it's similar to a pillbox hat that it just kind of sets right on the crown of the head. You really don't want to wear this, any farther forward. It's just set right there on the top or back of your head. Yeah. So I have that one, and then I have this darling red one with, again, kind of those tension little knobbies. And this is a fully red velvet with an adorable little bow on the back. Same thing. You just kind of set that right on the back of the head. These, I think, look really, really cute with the hair up in like a chignon, or maybe even like a messy bun underneath, just with the hair up towards, off the neck, basically. But yeah, I really like this one too. And then this one is super gorgeous. I wore this not too long ago. It does have some, it when I got it, it was kind of smushed with a couple of other hats. So I don't know if I can get rid of that or not, but this kind of beautiful burnt orange velvet, and same thing. It's kind of that tension, and you just set it and wear it like that. But yeah, I think these look really great when, because it's just taking that real estate that's, the crown of the neck or crown of the head. You can do a little bit more with your bangs, and then do, like a low chignon or messy bun, or even a like a Gibson roll or something like that. And that way you have the hat right there, but then you have two kind of hairstyles that you can go with. So, okay. Okay, so Sabrina asked, can you still find those? Are you talking about just these hats in general? If that's what you're asking, absolutely. I find hats all over the all over the place. Check eBay, Etsy. I find them at flea markets, at vintage stores, online shops. You can find vintage hats everywhere. They are one of the easiest vintage items. Yes, there are reproduction companies as well. There's, where is she? Da, 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 da. Oh, here, I have to get it because I didn't pull it out here. So there's two companies that I love in particular. They are in the UK, but it's the Little Shop of Gorgeousness and Fripperies. Say that 5 times fast. But she makes these really nice felt hats. And she's got a bunch of different styles and everything. But I have this one, and I have the same one in black. And I really like her stuff. And then the Heritage Milliner is top notch for vintage reproduction hats. I have several of her hats. She's absolutely amazing. And the great thing with her is that if you do have a larger head like myself, same with the Little Shop of Gorgeousness and Fripperies, she makes them custom made. So if you need something a little bit larger or conversely, if you have a smaller head, you can get them a little bit smaller. Whereas, with vintage, you're at the whim of whatever you can find. So, yes, I really, really like them. And yes, Miranda's Choice in Germany. I haven't purchased anything from her yet, but she's another one that does fantastic work. So there's definitely people out there that are doing reproductions. I see a lot of felt hats, berets. You can always find berets. Um, I won't pull all of them out, but this is my beret collection here. These are all of my these are my girls. I love berets. These are the hats that I always recommend people start with. These are the gateway hats because they're super, super easy to wear. They're low profile, and they're still very recognizable. Whereas, anything like this will be a little bit more, I don't know, people are going to stare at you when you have a hat like this. But with a beret, people are still wearing them. There's lots of people out there that are still wearing berets. So if it kind of helps you get over that feeling of just anxiety about wearing a hat in person or in public. So I love berets. I have a whole blog video and blog post that teaches you how to wear berets. There's so many different ways to put on a beret, and there's different styles. Like some here, like this has a little bit of a lip to it versus the traditional just kind of no lip beret. I have knit berets, which are amazing. There's a company on Etsy that I get a lot of my knit berets from. They're called Lord and Taylor, Lord and Taft, Lord and Taft, Lord and Taft. I think it's Lord and Taft. Lord and Taylor is a company, right? A clothing company. Anyway, I love them. She does such a great job, and I really like just the style that she has with her knit caps. So yeah, berets, amazing. Highly recommend them. And they can be worn in summer, spring, winter, and fall. That's why I like the knit ones, because you can still wear them, in the spring. Maybe not so much in the hot, hot summers, but if you have a nice, cool summer day, then you could definitely put one on. Okay. Any other? Okay, so I always try to wear wide brim because of a fat face. Oh, honey, no. Any thoughts on that? I do love berets, but not sure I could wear them. I have a fat face. I have a very round face, and I wear berets all the time. So let's see. Let's pull one of my berets. So these are my little knit berets. And honestly, if you have more of a round face, wearing the hat at a tilt will make a huge difference because it kind of creates that asymmetry. Whereas, wearing it just straight on like this, it kind of goes with the circular look of the face. So I like to wear them off to the side. It gives a little bit, and then you can also do something really fun with kind of like your side fringe. You can wear it back a little bit. That's what this little thing is really helpful, because you can move it around, see how you like it to set. You can have it kind of come up a little bit more. You can pull it back, get that nice wavy look. You can pull it straight down, a little bit more 30s. So yeah, there's so many different ways that you can wear a beret just by putting it on your head, taking this little tab and just kind of moving things around. And you can see how it changes the look and the silhouette of what you're going for. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, wide brim, if you like wide brim, wear them. If you like smaller, if you want to try smaller brim, the key to that is like you already have it in your head that you have a fat face and that you can't wear this. So you need to figure out a way to come to neutrality and try it on and keep trying it on and keep trying it on and keep wearing it and keep seeing yourself in a different way. Um, it's the same thing with somebody who's never worn red lipstick and is convinced that they cannot wear red lipstick because it's too bright. The first time you wear it, of course it's going to be. You're not used to seeing it like that. So I always recommend like put it on at home before you don't even go outside. Put it on at home. Look at yourself in the mirror. Walk by a mirror, see yourself. The more often you're seeing yourself in that bright color, in a different kind of hat, in a different kind of, garment, you're going to get more used to it. So, just kind of try to take that bias out, take that neutrality out, and see what works for you. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Okay. Okay, this hat is really cool because it is, I didn't bring my glasses. Hold on. So this is a union made hat in the United States. This has a consumer protection label made under fair labor standards from the Millinery Stabilization Commission. Oh my God, I did not bring I don't know if you guys will be able to see any of that, if it's going to. Can you see that? Oh, it's not focusing. Oh, there we go. A little bit. Yeah. There. So this is from the 40s. There was this kind of scheme going on in the United States to make sure that certain garments, certain products were made under fair labor standards. Yes, it is felt, and it has this, I would say it's brown. Some lights it looks black, but it's kind of this really, really, really dark brown. And I love this because if you noticed, it was a size 23, which is very hard to find. Like I said, I have a big head and I also have a lot of hair and it's very thick. So not only is my circumference kind of large, I usually wear 22, usually that will fit. But yes, having a hat that I could actually pull down over my forehead, amazing. This is like, I think I only have like 2 hats that I can wear like this. But I just love this. It is so cute. The color, yeah, amazing color. And it's just, I don't need to really secure this in any way because it does come down all the way around, across my forehead. It is secure. It is not going anywhere. So I love, love, love this hat. And I mean, everybody needs a Kelly green hat, right? It's going to go with everything. So yes, I love this guy. Okay. Let's see. Yes, red lipstick is for everyone. There is a shade of red lipstick for everyone. I also believe that there is a shade of yellow for everyone. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but I do. I really, really do. Let's see. Okay, nothing else. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, this is one that I also wear a lot. And this doesn't have a size label in it, but it is also one, I think this is the second one that fits over my head. But this is great because it's, oh my God, I can't think of the word. Anyway, this is from the 1930s. We have these absolutely darling little flowers on here. And this fits my head so perfectly. And I love it. Yeah. And it's black, but in certain, I don't know, in certain instances, it could actually pass for like a dark blue. I've worn it with like a dark blue dress and it matched really, really well. But it is black. It's actually black. But I just love the little flowers on this one. Yeah. I love that guy. And it's so cute because it has, on one side it has this cream color, but then on the other it's this blackish blue ribbon, and then they come together at the end. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about hat styles or anything else? Yeah, it is kind of straw. But it's not a stiff straw like this kind of straw. Words are not coming to my head right now for some reason. If anybody else can come up with the word for me, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, this is a straw hat. You can see, it's got this really good, heavy texture, black velvet band here with a cute little bow. And then we have an elastic band at the back. And this, I would either, again, wear off to the side or at the very, very back. And then I would put that band under my hair to help secure it. But yeah, because this doesn't fit all the way down, nor should it really. It wouldn't be worn kind of all the way down like that, but you can wear it a little bit forward. Again, putting that band, right underneath your hair like that, behind your ears, and that will help to secure it on there a little bit more. Where do you find vintage hats for reasonable prices? Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's a lot of searching. I mean, you can find hats on eBay, on Etsy, at flea markets, thrift stores. Sometimes people will make them very, very expensive. And sometimes they just want to get rid of them, and you can find them at reasonable prices. So I'm not one to spend a lot of money on hats. I don't really spend a lot of money on brooches either. If it's too much money, it doesn't come home with me. So, yeah, the reasonable prices. Yeah. It's funny because I think some of the reproduction, some of the replica ones tend to be a little bit more, again, because you're paying for that person's work and their expertise and everything. So I think sometimes it is a little bit easier to find vintage items, vintage hats, for a little bit less expensive. There are lots and lots and lots of stores on Etsy that, I find hats all the time that I love, but, they're hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And that is not what I'm not willing to pay that much for hats, to be honest. I mean, I don't think I really have paid more than $50 maybe for any one of my hats. They're usually in the range of, I'd say between $25 and $50 is what I'm willing to pay. So yeah, if it's more than that, I'm just not going to. And it does all depend too on how pristine it is. Some hats have been restored, and so you're paying not only for, the fact that it's old, but you're also paying for the work that went into restoring it. So, yeah, I know you can definitely find them online. Just go to eBay And you can find, sometimes you can even find like a lot of hats. Like sometimes they'll sell them in a lot of like 10 hats. And, you know, I don't know, maybe you get 4 of them that you really, really like, or I don't know. But yeah, you can do that. You can try to do that. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so you'd like to ask about preserving your hats. You live in Texas, yes, with humidity. Um, so I lived in Hawaii for 2 years, and then I lived in Washington, D.C. for 2 years. Prior to that, I lived in Baltimore. So yeah, the humidity is a big thing. If you have a space, I mean, I highly recommend, if you, whether you have a walk-in closet or a closet or whatever, get yourself a dehumidifier in general. Whether, you know, that's going to be good for your clothes, it's going to be good for your hats. I store the majority of my hats in hat boxes. I'm pointing and you realize that you can't even see that. Sorry. So I have hat boxes here. These are from the Container Store. And then I have the clear hat boxes, which I really love. These are um, plastic. And I like these because when you've got them up, you can see what's inside. These I also got at the Container Store. So these are great to keep them in. Obviously, they're not sealed or anything like that, but it does help. Um, and then, you know, my other hats that I wear on a very, very regular basis, I have them out. When I had my old dressing rooms in my previous houses, I used the 3M hooks, and I just put them on the wall and I hung all of my hats on that way. Now I have these bars. I don't know, you can kind of see the one, where's my finger? There. You can kind of see them hanging up that way. So I have a bar and then I have just little clips that I hang them up that way. So yeah, if you have an opportunity, have a way to get a dehumidifier, if you are having issues in your closet, I highly recommend that. And then switch them out. You know, if you have kind of seasonal hats, put the ones that you're not wearing, put them away in the hat boxes, keep them cool, keep them, you know, out of the light, and just switch them up and wear them. Wear them often. Wear them as often as you can, because that does help to, you know, to kind of air them out a little bit. And yeah, you got to wear your hats. I hope that helps. So let's see. We need a brooch live. I could definitely do a live. Maybe next time we'll do a brooch live. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, humidity is bad, and it's something that makes me nervous about when purchasing vintage. Yeah, and I mean, they have those also, like those damp rid little things that you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's. Those definitely work. We had those because our bedroom in Baltimore was in the basement. And so my closet and everything in Baltimore was down in the basement. So yeah, we used dehumidifiers and those little damp rid things, and they do work. Um, so um, Okay, so you wear them often, yes, is important. And same with your clothes. Yes, agreed. Don't save your clothes. Don't it's always a special day to wear them. Seriously. I I cannot stress that enough. Um, okay, what other hats do we have that okay, let's go with I've got another special one. So this guy, I don't wear this in office as I should. I mean, it's such a summer hat. But I really, really love it. So I love how it's so weird. It's such a summer hat, but velvet always seems so fall and winter for me. But for some reason, this still works. This really beautiful kind of taupey brown, I guess, velvet ribbon. And then we have the netting here. And it's just absolutely adorable. So you've got your netting here. I don't know, it kind of looks like a safari hat of some sorts. And then you can always, of course, I wouldn't wear the netting in my eyes. So you can kind of bring it up and just set it across the front. Oh, maybe. Maybe if we fold it underneath, it'll stay better. Yeah, here we go. So that is really, really cute. I like that hat a lot. Okay. And then this hat, this is actually the perfect travel hat because it lays totally flat. And you can crunch it up and it'll come back for more. So this is made with lastex. Let's see if you can see that. So this is made from lastex. This was a really, really revolutionary. I've got feathers flying around here. Revolutionary invention I think it was in the 1930s is when it came around. And this is what they started to put into brassieres, swimsuits, and knickers. And so, yeah, it's this. This is the lastex part here. So it's basically elastic, and it's just such a fun hat because you can just kind of just pull that down, and it shapes right to your head. But it's such a perfect travel hat because you can just smash it right into your bag and it's not going to lose its shape because all you have to do is put it right back on your head and you got the shape back. So I really like this. And it does have an elastic band here. So again, you can put that behind. But this fits, even though this is a 22, it is a little snug along. Ooh, I'm getting really frizzy here. It's a little snug around my head, but it fits and it holds very, very well. So I don't even need the back elastic to go around my head. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, this is probably my most worn hat. This is just a very, very basic brown velvet little cap. And it came with the hat pins, which if you get a hat and it comes with the hat pin, oh, that is so special to me. Absolutely special. So this is a size 22 as well. I think you can see that. Yep. Oh, 22 and a half even. Yay. And I just love this hat. It's so perfect. It just kind of sits on the back. You have this nice little kind of upper rim. And then I always, put the hat pins in the back. And I'll show you in a second how I do the hat pins. I have to do it without a hat because otherwise you can't see what's going on. But yes, I just love this. And I love the little bow on the side here. And it's just such a low profile. It's not super, flashy. It's just a really easy way to wear a hat when, maybe I don't want as much attention, which that does happen. There are days where I do not want to be observed. So I love this hat. So I'm going to actually use a different hat pin so you can see it better in my dark hair. So first of all, does anybody use hat pins? Do you guys use hat pins to secure your hats at all? I would love to know if you guys use hat pins. And if you do you know how to wear them properly? Okay. Okay, so sometimes, yes. Okay. So the way that hat pins are used normally is that you poke it through the hat, and then you're just basically picking up some hair, and you're putting the pin through your hair. I like to weave it in a little bit more to give it a little bit more to hold on to. So poke it through the hat, and then you have to be very, very careful. You're going to get right to your scalp. You're going to feel the pin right to your scalp. And then you're just going to do up, down, up, down, up, down. And you're going to weave that in to your hair. And then you're going to poke it out the other side of the hat. And that really is just it's holding on to your hair, essentially. If you have like hair combs in, if you have bobby pins or anything like that, and you remember exactly where you put them, you can weave them in through the bobby pins, the hair combs, and that will even secure it even more. Depending on the type of hat, I usually like to secure it in the back, one in the back and one in the top. Sometimes it works better just to do maybe 2 on the sides. So yeah, that's essentially, and you can do, like I have, let's see if you can see these a little bit better. So I have, kind of smaller hat pins. I have these longer hat pins. Some of these are, absolutely gorgeous. So they're part of the look itself. Obviously, these are going to be for larger hats that have, more surface area. So you don't have a massive thing sticking out the end. I do have a lot of pins. I got this, pardon me, I'm getting close to you now. I got this lot of 1920s hat pins here that have 2 ends. And these are a little bit trickier because you have to twist them. They have a little, so there's the pin end, and then you kind of have to twist this on. They don't just poke in, but you have this beautiful pin on both ends. Oops, that one switched. There we go. And that's really gorgeous. And I got a few of them, actually. This one here with the arrow on the end, and this kind of black onyx. Oh, I love this one. Oh, see if I can get it straightened. There we go. Oh, doesn't want to go. Looks like kind of barbells almost. Yeah. So those have an end to them. And then there are hat pins. If I can find one of the ones that I have that have, yes, if you are lucky enough to find one that has the stopper, then that is amazing, because these are the things that get lost. So these just have, you're not gonna be able to see that. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. Oh, you can kind of see it. A little bit of a rubber inset there. It's like an eraser. And so it just pops right in. And that way you can put your hat pin in and then have this stopper, so you don't have a chance of poking yourself or poking anybody else. I have a couple that have these ends on them, but they are hard to find. I do think that you can find replacements. I think you can find replacements online for those, and if you can get a handful of them, I highly recommend it. Yeah. Um, okay. Okay, yeah. So you did once, but you didn't know how to wear them and it was not comfortable. Yeah, they can be pretty uncomfortable and they're a little scary. I mean, we've all heard, I don't know if we've all heard this or not, but yeah, hat pins were used to like hurt people. Women would use them to, poke at men who were being nasty to them. Um, so yeah, just, be very, very, very careful. I think the hardest part is getting it through the hat and not piercing your scalp right away. So you just kind of have to take some time, take it really slow, but doing that kind of weaving in and out really, really helps to secure it so much better than just sticking it in once and pulling it out the other side. Yeah. Um, okay. So what else? I'm running out of hats, to be honest. I feel like I have this guy. And I have two more over here. I didn't pull out all of my hats because I don't know. I feel like we would be here for a million years. But this hat I got in Paris. I don't know if you guys were ever familiar with Chez Poupoule in Paris. She's still selling online, but she no longer has her shop, which makes me really sad. But this one I do struggle with. I have to really press it down. It's not as doesn't fit as well as I would like it to, but I had to have it. I had to have this hat. It was absolutely adorable. And I love this. It's kind of this blush pink on this beautiful, beautiful blue with these stripes on here. I just love it. So cute. How many hats do I have? I have no idea. I've never counted. I mean, I'm looking in front of me because this is where, I have some of my hats here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on here. And I've taken 2 hats off of here. And then I have 3 more there, 1 there, 1 on the floor. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hat boxes up on there. And they're about halfway to full, most of them. So, and then of course, all of my berets and everything. So a lot. And I got rid of a lot of hats when I moved here. Yeah. So I sold a bunch and gave some away, and yeah. So I still have a lot though. This hat is a reproduction. I don't want to put it on though, because I don't think I realized it when I bought the hat. But they put Velcro strips on the inside of the hat, which actually does work. But, once it's on, because it takes your hair. Yeah. So I'm not going to put it all the way on because I don't want to rip my hair, but this is the hat. And I love this. This is a perfect summer hat. But yeah, I thought it was kind of weird. And I definitely could take them out, but I just haven't. But yeah, kind of odd to have little Velcro strips in there I guess that's one way to hold it onto your head. This is a newish acquisition that I haven't actually worn out yet. And I'm going to take she put a little piece of cardboard in here to keep it with its shape, and I will continue to store it that way. But I have this little guy, and again, we've got a little kind of double bow in the back, and I like this one too. I think this will be a good, even though it's more of a straw kind of hat. I think I could wear this in the fall. What do you think? The colors are very fall-ish. So, but I like it. It's very cute. And you can also wear it a little bit farther back and, have a nice little wave or a swoop or anything like that. And I think if I were to wear it back like this, I would definitely want to put some sort of hair comb or something in there to keep it secure. It feels a little bit more secure when it's farther down on my head, but this looks really cute. Very autumn vibes. Okay, good. Yeah, I like it. I think it's perfect. And then this hat, which is really fun. Oops. This is another very special hat. This is definitely not an everyday hat. And I love, look at the inside, even this adorable plaid on the inside. Let's see, what does the tag is folded over, so I can't really read it. I don't know. And I don't have my glasses on, so. But yes, I love hats that have like a fall, that goes back. But look at how adorable this hat is. Oh, I've got the thing on the side. Look at that. How fun is that? This beautiful fall in the back. So cute. And the colors with this kind of chartreuse green and this orange, just absolutely gorgeous. Yes. Yeah. For a dinner party or some sort of special occasion, perfect hat. Love this. Okay. I do have another kind of a fall, like the fall that goes behind the hat, the head. Let me get that if I can reach it. Oh, I can't reach it. Sorry. That'll have to be next time. Let's see. Oh, I have one other hat here, which is a platter hat or saucer hat. And this I've also put in hair combs on the sides for the same thing. So it just kind of sets right there. So you can wear this off to the side like this. You can wear it more in the back and have it come up like that. This type of hat I think looks really, really great with a snood. So on one of my Patreon videos, we had talked a little bit about hats and how to wear your hair and everything, and I mean, so many people were just astonished that you can wear a snood with a hat. And absolutely, definitely wear a snood with a hat, especially I think something like this, more platter hat, looks really beautiful with your hair in a snood. So if your hair is really, really needs to be washed, it is not looking good, throw it in a snood and then put on a hat because you've got a whole beautiful look right there without really having to do anything with your hair, which is fantastic. So yes, but I do love these platter hats. Perfect for summertime. They give you that, very kind of dramatic look. Can, lift your head up slightly and just have that beautiful dramatic look. I love it. So much fun. Okay. What else you got? Any other questions? Because I'm out of the hats that I brought down. Um, and I'm not pulling down anymore, to be honest. But I am going to try and calm this ridiculousness down a little bit. Ooh, goodness. So, any questions at all about wearing hats? What types of hats? Maybe different hairstyles? Like, do you guys have issues with wearing different hairstyles with different hats, or maybe not knowing how to style your hair? Obviously, my hair is down, it's in the same position, and I was pretty much able to wear all of these hats with this one hairstyle. So there's a lot you can do. Sorry. There's a lot of different hairstyles that you can do. I do have one video that is completely about how to style your hair, um, with different hats, showing how that wearing different hairstyles with different hat styles. But there's really no like one way right way to do it. There's so many different ways that you can style your hair. It's really about getting your hats, trying them on, playing around with them, moving them around like I did with the beret. Put it on, move it around. What silhouette do you like? What silhouette really resonates with you? Um, just how you want to wear it. Do you want to wear it tilted? Do you want to wear it to the back? Do you want to wear it straight on like this? There's so many different ways. There's no right or wrong way to wear hats. A hat itself might dictate a specific way. Oh, there is one hat that I did want to show you. A specific way to wear it, like this hat. You have to wear it like this. You can't really wear it farther back. It doesn't look right because you're seeing the underside. It really dictates the way you wear the hat. Um, but other hats like fedoras, the platter hat, stuff like that, you can play around with them and wear them how you wish. Um, okay, so we have a question. So I find that my curls are what I feel struggle with the most when it comes to wearing hats. I love Veronica Lake or Rita look, but not sure if I'm squishing my hair and the framing. So yeah, you're okay. This is one thing that I deal with myself because I have so much hair and I have, it's very thick. When I put on a hat, I'm not taking it off. That is it. And that also dictates whether I am going to wear a hat or not for whatever event I'm attending. I don't like to take my hat off and put it back on, and if I'm indoors for long periods of time and I feel like I need to take the hat off, because it does smush my hair. Even just trying these on, you could see how much my hair has kind of smushed down from when we started. Um, so that is up to you. I don't know how. Well, I do know because it's movies and it's TV. But we see these movies and TV shows where these women are wearing hats all the time, and they take the hat off, and all of a sudden their hair is bouncy and full and voluminous. And I mean, it's a movie. They weren't wearing that hat for hours and hours and hours. So yeah, I think we need to understand more realistic, how it actually was. um so it's gonna smush your hair. So I guess if you're wanting to take the hat off and, put it back on and kind of go back and forth. And yeah, you have to take that into account, definitely. But it's not permanent. It's gonna smush your hair, and then you just brush it out, and it's fine. If you have the curls and the set that works for that, where maybe you can take the hat off in the bathroom, kind of run a brush through it, and then you're okay. That works too. I don't have that luxury. I can't just run a brush through my hair all the time and have it not go incredibly frizzy and big. Um, and I like to wear hair nets too with my hats. Again, just to kind of keep everything nice and secure, I guess. So I hope that helps. Okay, so I have very short hair. What is your recommendation? What do you mean by very short? Like a pixie cut, or yeah, how short are we talking? And honestly, I mean, you can still wear hats with short hair. There's there's nothing saying that you can't do that. You may just need to be a little bit more creative with, like, if you're wearing something that it's more of a tilt, maybe you do a little bit of a wave, or you do a couple of like kiss curls or just pin curls or something to give it a little bit more interest on the side that you've got the tilt off of. Um, but yeah, I mean, you could absolutely wear hats with short hair. Um, okay, so what's your opinion on mixing vintage hats with modern outfits? Do you think they complement each other, or is it better to style them with more vintage looks? I mean, it really depends on how, you know, modern the look is. I don't see a problem with it at all. I mean, if it's a look that you are going for and you're comfortable with it, then yeah, absolutely. Um, I'm not a vintage purist in that regard at all. I'm perfectly happy mixing eras in, all of my daily wear. The only time that I hold true to it is if I'm doing some sort of reenactment. If I'm going to a specific event that has a specific, era or date attached to it, then I do try to be as honest to that era as possible. But day to day, it's 2025. Let's utilize the entire timeline that we can to express ourselves with fashion. I mean, I don't see an issue with that at all, as long as it's something that you feel goes well together. Yeah. I think that would be absolutely fun. Um okay, so your hair is 5 to 10 centimeters long. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you can absolutely wear hats. Um I'm trying to think of what. So something like this would look very cute, because you would just kind of be, I know this is right in my eyes here. Let me get that off. You would just be setting that on your head here. Um, you could you could absolutely wear something like this. I would say that it might not be as comfortable to wear like a kind of an all encompassing hat with short hair, just because the you're seeing only hat. So maybe stick with something that's a little bit smaller, um something more like this, that's only covering a portion of your head. So you can kind of, you still have your hair showing for the other parts. But yeah, play around with hats. I know it's easy to say that when you have hats to play with. um, and I will say that like I said, I got rid of a lot of hats, and when I was in my early 20s and 30s, I was buying just hats just because I liked the look of them, but I didn't really understand how it would look on me or how if I liked the silhouette or not. Um, and that is, yeah, that's a hard thing. And then that's where, if you're able to go to any vintage stores or estate sales or anything like that, where you can actually try them on, or, just kind of, I don't know, play around with them a little bit to see if those types of styles. It's taken me a while to figure out what styles I really like and that I feel suit me, for not only my lifestyle, but that suit my clothing and everything. So it does take some time, but maybe you have a couple of friends that have hats, and maybe you guys can just play around in each other's hats for a little while just to see what you have and what you like and what styles you're going for. Um, okay, do I have any cloche style hats? I have a couple, but I will say I don't like cloche style hats. They don't look good on me. They just smush everything down for me. And because I have a round, fat face, it's just not a silhouette that I like. So I don't wear them very often. I think this is probably the clochiest kind of hat that I would be willing to wear, and it's not even really a cloche hat. But I do find it's hard to find cloche hats in my size because they do have to come down, over your head. Um, and yeah, and then most of them kind of come really low in the back, and they're too enclosed for me, and they're not my favorite. So, but I do have a couple. um I don't think either of them are true vintage. I think one of them I got at Target a million years ago. um but yeah, they're not a style that I go for. Okay, this is the last hat. This one, I think I had written something about this a while ago. I had this hat for a really long time, and I had no idea how to wear it. This is another good travel hat because, again, totally flat. But I had such a hard time figuring out like how to actually wear it. But it is another one of those, like, you put it on the back of your hair, and it does has the elastic, and then you kind of have to move it around a little bit, but it has this absolutely stunning kind of bow and floral part here. But I had such a hard time figuring out how to properly wear this and do my hair because it is such a flat portion here that I thought for sure, I was like, I'm doing something wrong. There has to be some way to kind of push this up, but there's not. But this is another one that I kind of put it on and I started moving it around, see how I like it. And so basically what I will do with this is I will do like a really big wave or some curls, and then I wear my hair off to the side. Like I'll pull my hair to this side, and then I'll leave this just the way it is. So all of my hair will kind of be, you know, pushed over up here. And I'll wear it like that. Yeah. But I do like this hat. It's fun. Okay. Oh, my poor hair. It's so frizzy. Any other questions? I hope you guys enjoyed this and it was helpful for you. I'm happy to answer any other questions. But if not, I can let you guys go. But I do love the idea of doing a brooch session. I'm not sure what the best way to do that would be, though, if you want me on camera or if you want the camera just down on a table and I show you different brooches that way, and then I can kind of talk about it, but you don't have to see my mug. Yeah. Or do you want me to just show it to you? Now that I have this camera set up, it is a little bit easier to here I've got a couple brooches right here. Like, it would be a little bit easier to kind of show you, I guess, in this way. I don't know if that would work. So let me know. Let me know how you would want that done. But yeah, I think we are done for this evening. So that's a small portion of my hat collection. Maybe we'll do another one with a few more of my hats. And yeah, but I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. I enjoyed this. I love playing with my hats. They are so much fun. And please, please, please wear your hats. Wear them as often as you can. I know I have to tell myself this all the time, especially here in Vienna. It's very, very, very windy here. So I have had to modify many, many different ways of, adjusting my wardrobe. I've actually had to, I think I've got some here. I have had to start sewing in, these are curtain weights, and I sew them into my dresses and skirts in the hem, because it is so windy here, and I know I'm going to flash somebody at some point. So, so it is a little bit harder for me to wear hats as often as I would like, but I'm pushing myself to do it more often, and securing them as much as possible. So please wear your hats. Um, play around with them. Start wearing berets. They're a super, super easy hat to start if you don't wear hats already. Yeah, but okay. I think we are done for this evening. So thank you all so much. I was so nervous getting on here once again. These lives are a little nerve-wracking, but you guys are so wonderful, and I had such a great time. Thank you so much. And I will see you on our next live stream. All right. Bye.